levels. You've never needed help from a dinosaur before. Super Mario World. You get it only with a Super NES.
Quick, what's the highest selling form of entertainment? You might be thinking movies, TV, music. Wrong! The answer? Gaming. This is facts. Gaming makes more money than movies, amusement parks, and pro sports combined. Whether you're a console diehard or a mobile casual, it's fair to say that these days, everyone's a gamer. And deep in the history of gaming is the man that took games from the arcade into your living room. Rise up, GG Nation, cause it's time for Guidance Guy Friday, your digital guidance lesson from your internet school counselor. And to close out Black History Month, I want to introduce you to the man who's most responsible for getting all of us into the game, Jerry Lawson. Let's go! It's guidance time! So what was Lawson's big contribution to gaming? Before there were discs and digital downloads, all console games came in these gray or black contraptions called cartridges. Perhaps you've seen the memes or videos of millennials or Gen Xers blowing into these things like they're musical instruments. Cards held in the data and hardware that made a game work, and with the use of the copper on the card connecting to the console that you played it on, it would create the magic of the game. And Jerry Lawson is credited as the inventor of the video game cartridge. Lawson's genius shone during the 1970s in the second generation of gaming. Right now we're in the 9th gen, with the PS5, Switch 2, and Xbox leading the way. Now, unless you're a freak who wants a Steam Deck or something, you really have 3 options for current gen consoles. Back in 2nd gen though, if we're only talking about the main competitors, you had up to 9 choices for consoles. And if you're looking for familiar names like Nintendo or Sony, yeah, you're not gonna find them. What you will find is a bunch of random electronics companies desperately trying to break into the video game market. And Atari! These guys were the gold standard before a certain plumber came around. And you wanna know what games looked like back then? Check it. Before Pac-Man was chomping down and Smash looking like this, in his games, he was rocking this look in a game that looked like this. Yeah, very different times. So you have a crowded gaming market with games that range from legendary to why would anyone play this? You need something to stand out, something to get people's attention. And old Jerry had an idea.
The Fairchild Video Entertainment System at your larger JCPenney. The home entertainment system that never gets old. Plug in a new video card and change the fun.
On top of games from the 70s looking more like a discount Lego movie than anything else, the ways games were played back then were also unique. How do I put this? Okay, look, this is gonna age me, but I don't care. Back in my day, one of our toys was, it was like, imagine you had a Switch that only had one game with no color and the most basic of graphics. And it's super small too. Now that is what we used to call the Tiger Electronics handheld games. Drop a comment if you remember this. Shoot, drop one even if you don't. On these bad boys, you can play classics like X-Men, The Little Mermaid, and Sonic. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not even remotely close. And this is how gaming worked back in the day. All the games you need for the system are right there on the console. Which sounds great at first. Imagine buying a Switch 2 right now, already loaded up with Mario Kart World, DK Bonanza, and Kirby Air Riders. That'd be sweet! Except that you wouldn't be able to play anything else. And that was the problem with the 2nd gen consoles. In fact, during the 1st gen of gaming, you can find yourself spending as much as $700 in today's money on a console that only played one game. This is facts. There were consoles in the 70s that cost over $500 that only played one game that often looked like this. Ridiculous. And this is where Jerry comes in. During all this, Lawson was working at Fairchild, a company that was more known for making camera equipment than video games, but it didn't stop them from taking their shot at making a console. And in the development process, Jerry and his team developed an idea that would change the hobby forever. And I want to emphasize the word team here, because greatness is a team sport. Like I said in my Kendrick Lamar video, link in the description if you want to check that one out. No one who accomplishes anything truly does it on their own. Jerry was the leader of his team, yes, and he needed the people around him to bounce ideas off of, to sharpen ideas, and sometimes even to say that an idea was trashed. It's a great example for us to live by. And it was through this teamwork that Lawson developed the cartridge system. No longer would you have a console that can only play 5 games, or worse, just one. You could carry your games with you, share them with a friend who doesn't have it. It sounds obvious to us now, and the reason that we don't even have to think about it is because of Jerry Lawson. And he was able to come up with this brilliant invention by thinking outside the box. If Lawson had done what most other companies did at the time and just put out a system that had games preset into them, you wouldn't be watching this video. He knew what everyone else was doing and wanted to do something else that would shake the world. For you, it might look a little different. It might look like asking for help or getting a different perspective from someone. Big problems aren't solved the normal way. If they were, they would have been solved already. And in Jerry's case, he solved a problem that many didn't even realize that they had. And once he gave the world a solution, he took gaming to the next level.
Sonic 2 handles stubborn stains, embarrassing bald spots, no problem. But wait, you can play it too.
Cool story, bro. What does this guy from 50 years ago have to do with gaming today? Some of you might be asking. Well, let's put it this way. Many of the most popular gaming franchises of all time started out on carts. If that technology wasn't available, there's a chance these games wouldn't exist. And even now, with some consoles only needing a digital copy of the game in order to play it, pro tip, avoid that where you can. Always choose to own your stuff. Always choose physical media, because that way it's yours forever. Carts are still an option. If you have a Switch or a Switch 2, what are those little chip things that you use to play the games? Officially called game cards, these babies are directly related to the OG cards that were used to play the original Mario Bros. On the first Nintendo. So Jerry's legacy lives on even today. And there's a reason why you may have never heard of the first unk of gaming. And it's because Jerry was a pretty private guy. He didn't seek the spotlight or try to get a library named after him. He just did his work and took pride in what he did, regardless of who noticed. And that is a powerful message in this day and age. We all know what a clout chaser is, and our world is full of them. People willing to do anything for their 15 minutes of fame. And it doesn't matter if it's dangerous or unsafe, as long as other people see it, then they win. And while recognition is important and being appreciated isn't bad, we have to be able to take pride in what we do by ourselves. Unless someone's following you around all day long, only you know every single thing you do. So that means some of your great deeds may go ignored. Not because people don't care, it's because they don't know you did the thing. And the solution to that problem isn't to tell everybody what you're doing for the gram. It's try hard and fake. Do what Jerry did. Do your part and then celebrate yourself and give yourself the credit for what you did. Before he passed, Jerry Lawson was eventually given his flowers. He's in the Video Game Hall of Fame, has a school named after him, among many other accolades. And I believe that the greatest honor he and us can ever receive is the honor that we give ourselves. Jerry Lawson's legacy is seen in so many games that started out on those old carts. And one game series that started out on the old bricks is Sonic the Hedgehog. If you're looking for a way to learn from the blue blur, come check out this video on how the third Sonic movie was actually a crash course on trauma. See you there. Guidance Guy out.